William Hill sponsors Joshua vs Barker live on Sky Sports Box Office.
It was, we enjoyed being here. We enjoyed the whole event. We enjoyed the crowd. The bigger and the better man won on the day. We still have things to go back and work on, but we're still young. We still got a lot of time. We'll be back. We'll be champion again.
Disappointed, but do you think you've earned more respect out there tonight?
We did. We fought good. But like I said, he's just a better man on the day, so he deserves to win. But disappointed, but we'll be back. It's just got to take it on the chin.
So you look clearly very upset. How do you bounce back from this now?
Just set up another fight and come back stronger. First you got to. Our whole team's been working hard to get here, and we all deserve a good break, some time at home with our families, and then once that's done, and once we're relaxed, we want to set up another fight straight away. Got to get a horse again and keep going.
Just over here, what were you able to do that was within your game plan, and what were you not able to do that was within the plan?
I just I faded away from using my double jab to set up the punches I wanted to throw. So just everything's learning. Could have done more, but just didn't really throw all the punches they wanted to throw. I guess it's learning, and I guess you got to just come back stronger.
Did he hurt you at any point during the fight?
Not really. He hurt me with a headbutt, I think, which is why I got a cut, but not really.
Did you want to work on the inside? Because the referee didn't. It was like he was refereeing the Olympics. It was like he didn't want you guys to tie up at all. Was that a surprise for you and for Kevin?
Kevin can answer that because when the ref came to the back, he couldn't really speak English, and Kev was trying to talk to him and sort of ask him questions about how he's going to control the fight. No, we're not saying the ref. No, we're not blaming the ref, but when we got on the inside and try to work, but Kev can answer that. He tried to communicate with the ref and didn't really speak English. So, but I wanted to work on the inside
Did that work
more.
to your disadvantage then, the fact that he continued to break you guys up?
I guess if it was on the inside, I could have worked more and I could have done, through and put more punches, but the ref did his job and.
Well, look, obviously when one guy's got the 76-inch reach and the other guy's got the 84 or 85, it's very important for us when we do close the distance that we're able to work. And unfortunately for us, the referee he didn't allow us to do that. And I tried to speak to him when he came out the back, and he had no idea or understanding of the question I asked him. Because of the language, and I thought I knew he was from Italy, but I obviously expected that we'd have a guy that would actually be able to communicate with both the two participants fighting. And when I found out, I actually said to the BBOC beforehand, I said, well, this is going to be great. How am I going to be able to communicate with the referee, the guy in charge of the fight? He said, he's a very good referee. So, okay.
Do you think this has gone differently if you had another ref?
Look, I think today we were beaten by a better, bigger man. I thought that Joshua, in fact, I was quite impressed with some of the things he did. I thought he held his hands a lot better than what he has in other fights. He was quite hard to hit. I think Joe hit the nail on the head before. Like, we trained the whole training camp to work off the double jab, and obviously the double jab is very important, not only for an offensive weapon, but for a defensive tool. And Joe sort of he drifted away from that a little bit.
Kevin, you said during the week that you'd done near perfect preparation, and if you did get beaten, it would be by a better boxer. You accept?
I accept that. That's what I just said. We were beaten by a better man on the day.
Joseph, is there any consolation for you being the first man to take AJ
the distance?
It's when you have two champions come together. We fight with our hearts and we fight and leave it all in the ring. So, going the distance, I'm always fit to go the distance, and like I said before, I back my chin, and but there's a few things that we're going to work on and tweak in training, and I look forward to hopefully we can have a rematch sometime.
Joe, there's a lot of talk now, Josh, you heard, they want to fight wild, they want what's your assessment now you've been in with Joshua, how that one will go?
Well, I've been in with Joshua, I haven't been in with Wilder, but he's a good fighter. Today he showed that he's a good fighter, he can box, and he worked on a lot of things and improved on a lot of things that we saw with weaknesses that he had, so he boxed a lot better.
Joseph, did you run out of steam towards the end? Why didn't you throw more punches in those final rounds?
In the final rounds? No, just trying to fight smart. I can fight more than 12 rounds. My fitness was good, but maybe a bit too cautious. Like I said, it's learning, and I think with these fights you get better.
Did you feel like the scorecards were a bit wide?
I thought they were a bit wide, but that's the judges. But judges do their job, can't complain. But I thought they were a bit wide.
I think the New Zealand judge had the widest margin.
Feeling when you got into those later rounds, it was slipping away, you needed something special. How were you sort of feeling in 10, 11, 12?
I felt fit, fit, but maybe too cautious.
I thought after 6 rounds it was our fight to win. I said to Joe, I thought that Joshua definitely had a really good first 4 rounds. He was moving well. 5 not so much. Joe touched him a few times in the 5th, and the 6th I thought was decent, and I said to Joe after 6, I really thought this could be our fight to win now. And Joe landed a lot of very good body shots that obviously the judges sitting at ringside tonight didn't score. And I thought Joshua was tiring, but he actually, for some guy who's had a few problems with stamina in the past, he grinded away. I thought it was a little unfortunate that they, once again they had trouble with the tape on their gloves, and this is not the first fight this has happened.
David, could you give us your thoughts on the likelihood of the rematch, given the disparity of points now?
Well,
How likely is it to happen?
Look, first of all, I'm proud of Joseph and our team, and I think I endorse what Joseph and Kevin have said. I think the talk's done, and you can be ungracious in putting a fight together, but one must be gracious in defeat. And I think we didn't do quite enough to win in Anthony Joshua's hometown, so there are no excuses. The referee stuff. It was interesting that apparently the commentators were saying, in their English commentators, they were getting frustrated at the refs' lack of pulling the guys apart. But our team signed off the referee. Won't use that as an excuse. Would we sign him off again? No. And so rematch. Well, I think that Joseph Parker has earned the respect of the fans here in the media by the way he carries himself and by the way he fought, and they can see that. And they say a heavyweight reaches their prime at 30 or 32. Joseph's only 26 or so, so young. You remember the great Klitschko lost 3 before he had 10 years at the top. Imagine how he would have felt after the 3 losses, but he learnt, it came back. And I think some fighters get broken and then others don't. I saw the look in Joseph's eye, and this has made him hungrier, and the fans will demand a rematch. I think that the people that know boxing know that the ref was maybe not ideal. I mean, I'm not saying he's biased. There's subtle bias when there's big market power, maybe even unconscious, and I think there was a little bit of that at play. But we didn't do enough to win on the day, and we respect Anthony Joshua. And the Joshua fought Takam probably wouldn't have won tonight, and I think it proves how serious Joshua is, because he was in shape. He was he boxed for 12 rounds. So full respect there. We have a good working relationship with Eddie Hearn. There's a lot of other heavyweights. Joseph's now a big name in the UK, a respected name. It's his mind and body, so we'll leave him alone to have a rest, and when he's ready to chat, we'll have a look at all the options. And I'm certain that he'll fight Anthony Joshua again, maybe within the next year or less.
Joe, do you think we'll fight again this year?
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning of the year. Sign me up now. Let's sign someone up now. I'm fit. I want to go again.
Given the way, the fact that it went the distance, what does that mean with regard to respect and Joe's standing in the heavyweight division and possible opponents in the future?
Well, I think it's a bit early to start talking about, the next opponent. We've just finished, quite a big challenge. It was a big deal for both guys. First unification fight for 8 years. I'm pretty proud of this young man beside me. Joe's a long way from the finished product. There's plenty more of improvement and development in Joseph Parker, and we'll see that in the next 3 or 4 years. We're not talking about any other opponents right now. At the moment, we've had a hard training camp. We've done the enormous amount of media. Joe just fought his heart out tonight, and I think, he needs a break. We all need a break, and that's what'll be happening.
Joe, you've been pretty critical of yourself tonight. What did you feel that you did well in the ring there?
I thought my movement was good. And I thought the body shots, threw some good body shots. Just that his abs are stronger. They're taking it.
David, after that performance, do you think, and now that you don't have the belt to bargain with, do you think it's going to be hard to find Joseph opponents moving forward?
I think commercially, Joseph's got a big market. He's a star in New Zealand. I think he's got a big name here, and so he's an opponent that if Eddie Hearn were willing to chuck in a Dylan White or whoever, there's going to be a market. And so there's a commercial side to it. And are they going to be worried? Yeah, but they would have been. It's all down. What's that saying, Don King? What makes dollars make sense? If the opponent's offered enough money, they'll jump in the ring. And so it's really about mapping what the opportunities are. We'll talk to our co-promoter in the States, Bob Aram. He wants Joe to debut there. Good relation with Eddie, but so we're not worried about that. We let Joseph have a rest, and then we'll sit down as a team and look at all the options and then make a decision.
Can you sum up the experience? You obviously didn't get the result you wanted, but from this whole fight week and walking out tonight.
It was an amazing experience. Our whole team enjoyed being here. I didn't only talk for myself. I talked for my coach, all the boys, the whole team. We loved it. Being looked after well, and fighting in front of all those people was a great experience. I'd love to do it again. I'd love to be back.
We understand there was some sort of smash over the wraps before the fight. I wonder if anyone can maybe speak to that. There was a sort of protest over the way you were wrapping your hands around.
It was a nice wrap. I don't have any hand problems, so it was good.
Joseph, did he say that Anthony, that he split your eye with a headbutt?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was. It was an elbow. Oh, was it elbow? Yeah. Couldn't really, maybe it was an elbow.
What did Anthony say to you after the fight, Joe?
Didn't really hear it. It was a whisper. So I'll ask him again when I see him what it was.
What did you say to him?
I just said good fight, good fight, and then just went and embraced the team and just waited for the decision.
Have you spoken to your folks yet?
I spoke to my parents.
What did they say to you after the fight?
They said well done. They're proud, they're happy. They said give thanks to the Lord and then move forward.
Joe, before the scorecards were read out, did you think you was maybe going to get the decision?
You never know. You never know in boxing, So I thought it was a close fight, and I didn't know who won. But I guess on the day he was better. He was busier.
I think we might end it there. Thank you very much. That will be the only interviews we're going to be doing tonight. So the team goes back to London tomorrow, and I will inform you a little bit later what time that is. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
William Hill sponsors Joshua vs Barker live on Sky Sports Box Office.